Today we'll talk about Windows and the Linux kernel. Hey everyone, what's happening? Today we're going over Windows using the Linux kernel. But before we do that, I'm going to give everyone a chance to subscribe. And if you like this video, at the end of it, go ahead and give me a like. Okay, so a lot of YouTubers have been talking about Windows using the Linux kernel. And a lot of them are basing this hypothesis that Windows is starting to open source some of their products, such as PowerShell, and I believe EFAT has been open sourced as well. It was one of the FAT technologies, and Windows planning to release Edge, which would not be that hard because Edge uses Chromium these days, and Windows Defender to Linux. Somehow, I don't think that this is going to happen because of the way Microsoft works. Microsoft loves their proprietary software, and they're moving to a subscription-based service. A lot of their programs, such as Microsoft Office now, like Office 365 is a subscription-based product these days. So it doesn't make a lot of sense for them to move to a open source kernel if they like keeping their stuff proprietary. However, yes, they are open sourcing some of the stuff, but some of the stuff that they're open sourcing is rather old and no longer used. But Chris Titus made a great video about this. I'll link that video in the description. Probably put a card up on the right hand corner. And he made a very, very excellent point about Windows controlling most of the market share of the computer's operating systems. There is no comparison between how many computers Windows controls versus Linux and Mac. Windows controls most of them. Now, in servers, it's the other way around. Linux controls servers, 80% of them around there. However, Linux controls, not Linux, but Windows controls the desktop market. And most of the developers who develop for a desktop develop for Windows. And you have to develop your applications for Windows in a certain way. And they would lose their edge if they suddenly just transferred to a Linux-based kernel. There would be no advantage after that. Everyone would be designing for Linux, and they would lose their market share because then they could use whatever program they want on Linux. So they might as well go to the free version because then they can run their applications without having to buy a license from Microsoft. So literally, I don't think this is going to happen. I don't think that Windows will ever use a Linux kernel. And here's to my final point. Microsoft's history with embrace, extend, extinguish. They have had a habit of embracing, extending into an ecosystem, and then extinguishing the competition. Now, Microsoft bought GitHub. I would say that was embracing the open source community. And now they've open sourced several of their projects, and they're planning on porting some of their current programs, keeping them closed source, but porting them over to Linux. That's embracing. I think we need to be careful what Microsoft plans to do. Now, this may sound like conspiracy theories and tinfoil hatters, and I don't really care. But Microsoft has killed many programs and many competitors by doing this. They did it with IBM and PC-DOS/OS2. And they've done it with a bunch of other operating systems throughout the years. And a bunch of other products as well. Microsoft Office dominates the Office space. Heck, they even have Microsoft Office for Mac OS. So I think that Microsoft has some plans, but I don't think it's to use the Linux kernel. And that's my thoughts on that. Let me know what's your thoughts about this subject down in the comments below. If you like this video, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Also, consider following me on my social media links below. And if you really liked it, check out these videos that are listed on your screen. Have a nice day, and thank you for watching The Penguin Revolution.